Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm planting up some beautiful succulents in a trio of ceramic containers for my spare bedroom. And my hope is that this video gives you some inspiration to plant up some succulents for your house. So let's get into it. So earlier this week, I went to Home Depot for a non-plant project. And while I was there, I figured I'd go ahead and check out the garden center. I was immediately drawn to this table of succulents. Look how beautiful these plants look. They're all so colorful and they look so healthy. There's 16 different succulent plants in each tray, and each tray was only $20. That's $1.25 per succulent plant. It was such a great deal. I made sure to pick the best tray. I may have swapped a few of the plants with the other trays, but that'll be our little secret. As I turned to walk to the cashier, I saw all these beautiful prickly pear cacti. Although I wasn't sure where I'd put one at my house, I knew I had to have one, and similar to the succulent trays, they were also a steal for only $20 each. Although I didn't find what I needed for my non-plant project, I'm always happy to leave Home Depot with more plants. So now here we are a few days later, and today's project is to plant those beautiful succulents in my trio of ceramic containers that are in desperate need of some plants. Here's the trio of pots. So I had these laying around my house. I really like how they all complement one another with slightly different shapes and heights. Once planted, I can easily place them in a grouping together or separate them into different places throughout my house. All three containers have drain holes, so I can use them outside if I wanted to as well. I went ahead and prepped the containers with soil. I used the Miracle-Gro cactus palm and citrus mix, and then amended the soil with some Dr. Earth exotic blend fertilizer. I'll be sure to link both the soil and the fertilizer in the video description for reference. Succulents like really well draining soil, so like I said in last week's rabbit's foot fern planting video, if you're unable to get your hands on the Miracle-Gro cactus palm and citrus mix, or any succulent mix for that matter, you can actually create your own by mixing regular potting soil half and half with sand. I've got a total of 16 succulents, so I'm going to put 4 in this smaller pot, 5 in this medium pot, and the remaining 7 in this larger pot. You can see some of these succulents have some height, so my plan is to plant the taller ones towards the center of the pots and then the shorter ones out towards the edges. I'm going to use this spoon to plant these plants. It's the perfect size for these small succulents, so let's get to it. All right, everything's all planted. So initially I thought I'd leave the dirt exposed, but I've got some small stones that I think I'm gonna top dress the soil with to give it a more finished look. So let me go grab those stones and I'll do that really quick. There we go. I think they look so much better with the rocks covering the soil. I also wanted to call out that I was strategic when I planted these succulents. I made sure there was a variety of colors in each pot, ensuring each one had a combination of reds, greens, and yellows. So I didn't water these succulents in. They were already really wet. We had really heavy rains earlier this week and they got soaked sitting out on the table at Home Depot. And with that said, succulents are drought tolerant, so they don't require a ton of water. Just make sure that the soil dries out completely between waterings. I'll probably only need to water them every 10 to 14 days. When it comes to light requirements, most succulents do best in bright direct light and need at least 6 hours of sun per day. And if grown indoors, they should be placed near a south or east facing window. So like I said earlier, these succulents are going in my guest bedroom, so let me move them inside and then I'll show you their final placement. So first of all, here we are. Welcome to my guest bedroom. So you can see here, I've got quite a few plants tucked here on the side of the bed. You can see I found a home for those new succulent containers. So the small and medium sized container are up towards the front, and then that larger one is towards the middle. And then I did find a home for that prickly pear cactus. So you can see I placed it inside this basket. There's actually a plastic saucer underneath, so when I water it, I don't have to worry about water getting all over the floor. But that was a really easy win as far as a container goes. There wasn't any dirt or any transplanting or any of that mess that I had to deal with. So I think it looks really good. I think these plants all look great mixed in with my tropicals. I got the pothos plants, the ZZ plant, and there's actually another pothos plant here hanging from the ceiling. And then I also wanted to call out that this window is east facing, so these succulents are gonna get a ton of morning sun. Overall, I'm really happy with how these succulent containers turned out, and I'm really happy that I found a spot for this prickly pear cactus. I hope this video gave you some inspiration when it comes to planting and growing your own succulents. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.